Hello. Hello. It's on. Hey. How's everybody tonight? Very good. My name is Rob. My wife and I, we run the sound wall here. Just like to say thank you for coming out and supporting live music. We've had a great run of shows this month, and we've got one more next week to finish out the month. So again, thank you so much for supporting music. We're very excited to have Wyatt here at the Sound Wall. You may be familiar with him. He was one of the artists that performed in the Opelika Songwriters Festival last year, and these guys sound fantastic during sound check. You're in for a great show, so please welcome Wyatt Espalin and Aaron Worley.
Hey there. Good to see you. We drove from North Georgia today, and I stop a lot when I drive, and Erin is not used to touring with me. She's used to driving her own car to the gig and meeting me there. So today she got to see how much I pee. Not physically, she didn't actually get to see that. I didn't say that. We just all the stops, But I didn't tell her I was secretly getting a Snickers, and then I had to get a payday, and then I have a sweet tooth. Let me get tuned up here. We've got a song for you. We're going to start off with called Light.
Finally waking up, looking around this room, you ought to figure out what's come over you. All the windows closed and the door is shut, and you feel a presence leaving you frozen. That's just the light coming through, trying not to disturb you. It's just the light coming through. Are you gonna let it disturb you? Deep into the wood, you put your secrets in the ground. Ran so far away till they made no sound. Now you're sneaking back and think the coast is clear, and you head them in the trees. Someone else is here. It's just the light coming through, trying not to disturb you. It's just the light coming through. Are you gonna let it disturb you? On those long walks home in the dark, It may take all night to think all of these thoughts. When you stop asking yourself what you want to do, just let it dawn on you, let it dawn on you. Now you're sleeping on some shore, some broken shells. You're not hiding anymore, you figured what the hell. Now maybe you can dream, maybe you'll find a friend. Maybe you'll look up at the sun and remember when you saw his light coming through. Trying all along to disturb you, that's just the light coming through. Are you gonna let it disturb you when that light is coming through? Are you gonna let it go? Are you gonna let it disturb you?
Thank you. I was supposed to play harmonica on that song. It would have sounded a little better. Maybe. I wrote a song last year called "Losing Track of Time." I just realized I was measuring the way time goes by how I listen to music over the years. You know, got my first CD player when I was a senior in high school, 30 years ago. My first CD player. That's how old I am. And I've still got CDs tonight. If you want one, you just got to buy yourself a CD player. So I'm selling those. Actually, my CDs are free. So if you want one, grab one. All right, I got plenty of them. Love for you to have one. Anyway, this song is called "Losing Track of Time," and the older I get, I realize that's what's happening.
Going wild at 25, I guess I'm not getting out of this life. Oh, she likes to pull the moonroof back and hear it rip through the blue light. She said, play that list of songs you found, the ones we heard in a dusty quarter town. Oh, I've been losing track of time, losing what was mine. There's pets lying on a compact disc. Do you think you can get your mind around this? Hear you rush on an MP3, that red lady's still coming after me. Oh, yes, she is. You can find me in the storage shed. I'm trying to move some memories from my head. She's still going around in there on a Ferris wheel at the Newton Cafe. She's got me losing track of time, losing what was mine. This red fender on a cracked 8-track, that's one daddy ain't never coming back. Waxahachie on a tape cassette that night in June, I never will forget. I can't forget. Going wild and full and free, ain't never fall in love with the likes of me. tore out page. You try not to look her in the eye from the stage. When the lights go down at the town curfew, another lonely night. Well, that's nothing new. That's nothing new. I've been losing track of time, losing what was mine. She's got me losing track of time. I've been losing. And Michelle Malone on a 45, she gets it done. She knows how to survive. Play my songs on the radio, I don't care that she ain't listening anymore. Maybe she is. Who knows? Who cares? She was going wild at 25, and I never felt this much alive.
Well, hello. How are you doing tonight? Good. Feel good? I'm sweating. Are you hot? Good. It wasn't because I'm nervous, because I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. I played a show last night at a vineyard where they were having a good old time, and we're trying to sing some songs to go with the wine drinking and everything. And I looked back and I thought some folks were singing along to my lyrics. I was like, oh, I got some fans here, but they were just yawning. One lady was yawning. So I was like, Aaron, we're putting them to sleep. Let's try to speed it up a little bit. So we got fiddles. We got all kinds of stuff to wake you up if you fall asleep. But you shouldn't fall asleep to these deep lyrics, these amazing melodies that we're providing you for tonight. I'll properly introduce myself. My name is Wyatt Alfred Davis Espalin, and I was born in Los Angeles, California, but I grew up in a town called Hiawassee, Georgia. You ever been there? Really nice place, beautiful lake, a lot of camping. I grew up on a campground. I was raised by my granddaddy and my granny, and they raised me and my brother on this campground. And so I grew up entertaining folks and playing music since I was a kid. So I don't get nervous. Aaron, my friend Aaron Worley from Bryson City, North Carolina, has inadvertently become a full-time musician since meeting me. She's a hobby old-time fiddle and banjo player and plays in a lot of jam circles with old-time music. And I actually teach old-time fiddle. And so we kind of bonded over that and singing harmony, and I asked her to come down here because I knew this was going to be a special show. And it's just my songs don't sound as good unless she's got that beautiful harmony on there. So she's excited to be here, right, Aaron? Are you excited?
Oh yeah.
You're not. How come you're not sweating? We wasn't sweating till they said it's on Facebook Live tonight, and then I was like, I hate that. Facebook Live audience, how y'all doing? I love y'all. I'm so glad you're here joining us tonight. But it reminds me of those days. Do y'all remember those days a few years ago when that's the only show you could play was with the cameras on you in your bedroom, and you're naked from the waist down, but they don't know, and you're the only one that knows, and then you feel guilty about that afterwards, but at the time it's kind of exciting. Y'all don't know what I'm talking. I'm just kidding. That never happened. Go back and watch mine. You can see my whole body. Actually, go back and watch them because they're pretty funny. I had an aversion to it and I was one of the last musicians to do a live stream. And I hated it. I didn't like it. All right, we're going to play my brand new love song. It's called Liar. And I wrote it for you.
You said in what you did. What am I gonna tell the kids? What will you do when you hit the skids? You're gonna call and say you're sorry. It won't work this time around. Stay over there on the edge of town. Think real hard about coming down, 'cause I'm changing the locks in the morning. I ain't gonna stay up all night crying my eyes out. If I were to put up a fight, maybe you'd give me something to cry about. But you're a liar, babe, and I let you come up here in my hair. You're a liar, babe, tell me where you're gonna lie now. What you say ain't what you did. You walk this wire without it. You put out your fire by feeding me, and then you leave me with the ashes. 1 a.m. it's a toss and turn, rolling around everything I've learned, wondering how I always get burned. Yeah, I like to play with matches. I ain't gonna stay up all night crying my eyes out. If I were to put up a fight, maybe you'd give me something to cry about. But you're a liar, babe, and I let you come up here in my house. You're a liar, babe, tell me where you're gonna lie now. Go on and find yourself. I already know what you are. Yeah, go on and find yourself. I already know that what you said ain't what you did. You're a liar. What you see ain't what you did. You're a liar. What you reap ain't what you sow. You're a liar. What you mean you'll never know. You're a liar.
Well, if you walked in the door and saw my merch table out there, by all means, feel free to support independent artists. I appreciate you doing that already by being here tonight. But it's the year of the rabbit, y'all. 2023 is the year of the rabbit. I was born year of the rabbit. I went on this date. And I'll tell you how I found out all this, because I don't eat a lot of Chinese food because they don't have cheese at the restaurant. That's the only reason. And I like to go places where cheese is there. And so I've never seen the placemat that tells you what your Chinese zodiac sign is. But I went on a date right after COVID kind of started slowing down. I realized, I don't want to be a bachelor the rest of my life. What was I thinking? I would always say, no, I'm a lifelong bachelor, never getting married, never dating really. But I was like, screw that, after spending all that time alone and not knowing how to cook and nobody'd come over and cook for me. And I was like, well, if there's another pandemic, I ain't doing it alone. So I started putting myself out there on the dating sites where you swipe right or swipe left, and ended up swiping. I'm really indecisive. So after I swipe left, I'm like, let me go back. But they won't let you go back. When you swipe left on somebody, they're gone. And if you swipe right to get them back, you're actually swiping right on the next person, which I didn't realize that. So I got a lot of dates I didn't really ask for, but a date's a date, right? So I went on them, And me and this guy went to this. We went to this brewery, and she all she talked about the whole night was the Chinese zodiac. She lived her life by it. And the next time it's the year of the whatever, found out she was year of the ox because I tried to change the subject and talk about her tattoo that was on her arm that I thought was a bull. But no, she clarified that I'm year of the ox. She goes, well, let's see what you are. I go, I don't really know anything about the Chinese zodiac. And she goes, really? Man, the next time it's your year, something amazing is going to happen to you. So just watch out. Let's Google and see what you are. Turns out I'm year of the rabbit. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I don't know what that means, but year of the rabbit's 2023. So that means it's supposed to be my year. So this year, something very amazing happened to me. I got my first pinched nerve about 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago now almost. And yeah, so screw the year of the rabbit. That's what I said. Anyway, she told me that the year of the rabbit is not compatible with year of the ox. And so that was the only date we went on. But I had a dream that we got married. It was weird. After that night, I dreamed we got married and then we broke up. It was like a long dream. And then I saw her years later at a Whole Foods. I don't know why. But she had all these other tattoos of different animals, the tiger and the rooster and the goat and all. And I looked around and I counted and I said, where's the year of the rabbit? And she said, I wanted to forget that year, which makes no sense. But I wrote this song called Year of the Rabbit. So if you were born in 51 or 62, 3 or 675 or 87 or 99 or 2011 or 2023, get you one of them Year of the Rabbit shirts. If not, you can get one and just say it's an Easter shirt next year. I was born in 99, if you was wondering.
It's the year of the rabbit tonight. Fearless hand, it won't win another fight. Tired of shaking in the shadow of the leaves. Wanna make it cross the field. Wanna find real reason to believe. Then leave it over right here. In the year of the rabbit. Well, I guess I've been doing alright. Pursuing the dream seems to be broken inside. I've got a feeling that the best is around the bend. With some healing and some rest and some good luck, I'll be on the mend. Gonna get myself crystal clear in the year of the rabbit. Oh, the universe, she's a friend of mine.
That's what she kept saying all night.
You know the universe, she's a friend of mine. Oh, we go back a long way. She takes me back in time to the year of the rabbit. Well, I woke up early and bright. Come through the blinds, laying on your skin with some golden rays of sunlight. And I saw green, red, yellow, blue, and black. You had 11 tattoos from the Chinese zodiac. Said something's missing here. It's the year of the rabbit.
Sing it if you know it.
Ooh,
Thank you. That means the date's not over. Well, Hiawassee, Georgia is right there in the smack dab middle of Appalachia. And I grew up at this campground, like I said, and moved up there 40 years ago this week. Right after my 8th birthday. And I called my granddaddy and he called us on the phone. And we were excited. To be honest with you, we didn't know we were moving there for good. We thought we were just going for the summer. But it turns out we ended up living with him. I stayed a little longer than he wanted me to because I love that place. But my brother got out and got married and, became, like a really good person with kids and taking care of family and started his own business. And I became a musician. I became a waiter and then a musician. Then I was a waiter again. And now I don't wait tables. That's all I'm going to say is I don't wait tables now. I do a full-time musician now. But yeah. And my granddaddy, we called him and was like, "Granddaddy, we're excited about coming to see you. I signed you boys up for a group," he said. And we were thinking, I was 8 years old. I was telling my brother, I think he signed us up for like t-ball or something or baseball, maybe the little league. So we get up there and we thinking we're going to get to play some sports. And he signed us up for a clogging group, like mountain old style clogging, like where I was a championship clogger by the time I was 12 years old, about 50 pounds ago, and clogged all the way through college. And of course, the ticket prices tonight were not high enough for you to see me clog. That's like a different tier. That's in those. You'll have to wait in the Ticketmaster queue to get those. But I will clog at a show. Aaron has seen it, right? I always said if the ticket prices are $30 or more, which that's too much to see me. I understand that. But if I'm going to clog, girl, it's worth every dime. Well, anyway, clogging, I fell in love with the sound of the fiddle, and so I will play the fiddle for you. Now, I might get into it a little bit, or you might see a little boogie clogging. But here's an old tune called Angeline the Baker. beautiful rendition of a Cat Stevens song for you called The Wind.
I listen to the wind of my soul. Where I look, well, I think only God really knows. I sat upon the setting sun, but never, 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 never. I never wanted water once. No, never, never, never. I listen to my words, but I fall him alone. I let my music take me where my heart wants to go. I swim upon the devil's lake, but never, 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 never. I'll never make the same mistakes. No, never, never, never. I listen to the wind of my soul. Where I end up, well, I think only God really knows. I sat upon the setting sun, but never, 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 never. I never wanted water once. No, never, never, never.
Sweet, sweet. I'm gonna get some water here. So, has anybody ever seen me perform live before? Well, I know you have. I got some friends. Hey, y'all, good to see you. Let's see if I recognize anybody else. Hey, I know you. I know you, 38. Yeah, good to see y'all again. Back there in the back. Oh, somebody's waving at me. I just see the top of your head. Is that Kat? Hey, thanks. Oh, yeah, by chance I saw you last month. Thanks for being here tonight. Did you bring a lot of these people? Did you tell them about it? She said she was going to spread the word. I see somebody wearing a Wyatt Espalin shirt already. Thank you so much. Thanks. This is an honor. I was nervous. I was like, I don't know how many people. I don't know a lot of people down here, and I tried to promote it, but I'm not good at promoting myself or selling myself. So I just give it away. Are we ready? You're the one talking. This is a beautiful old song called Pretty Little Dog.
I done told you once. Now you done and got yourself bit. Yeah, I done told you once. Still within that snake pit. Oh, I done told you once. You're gonna be incarcerated. Oh, I done told you. Don't run around on the train track. You'll find yourself a sin time and time again. I done told you. But you stay listening. I done told you. Never drink of her wine. Oh, I done told you. Leave those grapes on the grapevine. Oh, I done told you. She's gonna break your heart. Oh, I done told you. That ain't the worst part. Yeah, you'll find yourself in sin time and time again. I done told you. You just stay with the If you find yourself sin time and time again, I done told you, you just ain't listening. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. No, you ain't listening. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. No, you ain't been listening. I told you. Oh, you find yourself sin time and time again. I done told you. You just ain't been listening.
Thank you. That's a new song inspired by my granddaddy's favorite thing to say to me and my brother. I done told yuns. He got us, one Christmas, he got us matching riding lawnmowers that we thought were toys. We didn't have a motorcycle. And he told us to cut the grass for the campground while he went to town to get stuff for the fish fry that we'd have every Friday night. And we thought it'd be funny to have like a big mohawk and the big knoll there. I told my brother, let's like cut it and leave like a big mohawk in the middle. And I done told yuns to go get a switch that is strong enough to stay intact when I spank y'all with it. That was in the old days when those mountain folks would make you go get a switch if you did something wrong. And of course, the first time you go get a switch, you don't know what they're going to do with it. Like, oh, I'll go get you a switch, Granny. I'll go get you a switch. I brought her back one with briars on it one time. And I looked at her and I dared her to hit me. I dare you to spank me with this briar switch. She didn't think. Actually, my granny was really sweet. I don't think she ever spanked me. And my granddad always threatened it. His vein in his head said the most things that he needed to say without him saying it, this vein in his head. And I can just picture him saying, pointing, I done told yuns. So that's where that song came from.
Darling, can you hear me? I'm calling your name on the mountainside. Your voice is soft and soothing. I haven't felt this way in a long, long time. Oh, my love, my dearest love. Oh, my body's aching. Oh, my soul is wide open, and my heart is breaking. I've been traveling over country, across the oceans and the great divide, longing to have you with me, find a home where we can hide. Oh, my love, my dearest love. Oh, my body's aching. Oh, my soul is wide open, and my heart is breaking. You my heart is breaking. Oh, my love, my dearest love. Oh, my heart is aching. Oh, my soul is wide open, and my heart is breaking. Darling, can you hear me?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do an old song here. It's on my alternate list. I got a set list, but I'm famous for not going by my set lists. But you know, I was trying to be courteous to Erin, so she won't feel lost up here. And I'm trying to be courteous to y'all and try not to look lost up here. I like to tell little stories to go with the songs. I don't know if y'all like that kind of stuff, but because otherwise you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Unless you get to know me a little bit, and then you kind of can put some puzzles together. I write my songs. A lot of my songs are inspired by things I hear people say, like my granddaddy saying, "I done told you," ringing in my ear. I was raised by my grandparents, Tom and Elsie Harvey, and my beautiful grandmother who raised me. We called her Grinny, with an I, Grinny. She was always grinning. She was a cook. She was a chef and great cook. And my other grandmother, who's still alive, the only grandparent I have left, still alive, her name is Wyatt Ridenauer. She lives in Los Angeles, and she's 90. And she came out to visit my brother and I when I was 10 years old, and came to the campground and spent about 2 weeks hanging out with us. And she taught my granny how to make all this delicious, authentic Mexican food. And so my granny opened a Mexican restaurant and had her 2 little quarter Mexican grandsons in there working and hanging out and greeting the folks. And we'd sit up over in the corner and play fiddle. And then my granddaddy would say, "You can't have them Friday night because I got them booked at the campground for the fish fry." So they were fighting over us. And finally, Granny gave up the restaurant and the Mexican restaurant, and then opened Granny's Kitchen. And so then she could cook her country food there. And then she got tired of cooking it at home and there. So then she decided just to go work somewhere else and not have her own restaurant. But she was a hard worker, and she just loved me and my brother, and was just such a good, just exhausted herself being like the first lady of the campground, going around having to visit with everybody. And then she'd always be playing cards with the campers. And she passed away in October of 2002. So it's been about over 20 years now. And she passed away right in the middle of our busiest season. So the whole entire campground was full when she passed away. And she was on hospice at home when she died. And so it was kind of beautiful to see these campers kind of pay tribute to her and come and visit her on her deathbed. And it was really beautiful, actually. And 2 days before she died, she was pretty coherent. And I had learned this sad-ass Emmylou Harris song called Red Dirt Girl. It's so good. Go listen to it. I had just learned it, and my granddaddy loved Emmylou Harris, and I thought, I'm going to learn this song for him, and because he's sad, my granny's passing away. And so I learned this song, and he said, "Son, that's so good. Go in there and sing it for your granny." So I went in there and sat at the edge of her bed, and I sang this sad-ass Emmylou Harris song. And she looked up at me and said, "Can't you sing something a little happier?" No lie. That might have been the last thing she said to me, because she always loved Elvis and all these doo-wop songs, and she would send me songs to learn. One time she sent me that song by it was a girl group, the Chiffons or something like that. I think it was the Locomotion. She's like, learn this song. People will like to hear that song for you to sing that. And I was like, anyway, so that sentence, sing something a little happier, made its way into this song that I'm getting ready to play for you. And I was thinking about my grandmother that day because it was the anniversary it was their 60th anniversary. She died when they had been married 56 years. So I called my granddad. I was living in Nashville. I called him. I said, hey, I just thought I'd call you. I figured you'd be pretty sad today. What? I can't hear you. I'm on the lawnmower. I'm like, well, I just was calling to say happy 60th anniversary. I know you're probably thinking about Granny. He goes, we got married in February. This was like June. I was like, no, I'm pretty sure. I was like, oh, this ain't the 60th anniversary. Sorry, Granddaddy, sorry. Go back to cutting the grass. Anyway, I wrote this song what I thought was on their anniversary, but it wasn't. This is called Yellow Corduroys. It has nothing to do with my granny. I hope you like it.
I can see my heart, oh, it's peeking out the pocket of her yellow corduroys. I bought her for her birthday. She told me from the start she takes off like a rocket, and then all the other boys finally said she wasn't worth it. But I have seen her eyes. I think she can give more than she wants to take, but I could be mistaken. Still, I will hold my breath, hold it right behind these ribs. See from the hole she carved while I awake. Baby, baby, when are you gonna love me like that? She said, I don't know, but I can see it's working out. Baby, baby, when are you gonna love me like that? See, and then she turned around and walked into the hurricane. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Ice cream, trying to freeze the time. She comes to the door, blowing it in from the parking lot. Said she couldn't rest, always had me on her mind. So I took her home and combed out her hair from all the trees and leaves she wouldn't find here. Leave her in the morning, scrubbing on her back. She asked if I would sing something just a little happier. Baby, baby, are you gonna love me like that? She said, I don't know, but I don't think it's working out. Baby, baby, when are you gonna love me like that? Oh, we'll see. And then she turned around and jumped onto the railroad track. Ooh. Ooh. Hey. All the strained necks from all the passers-by who caught her train wreck with their judgmental eyes, shook their heads in shame, said she don't deserve, she's the one to blame, I should kick her to the curb. But my baby's broken, gotta put her back together. Oh, the pushes out, they don't want us to stick around. I'll leave her heart up and hope it stays like that forever. Give her one more reason to never let you down. I'll say, baby, baby, are you gonna love me like that? She don't know, she don't know, she don't know. Baby, baby, are you gonna love me like that? We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I said, baby, baby, when are you gonna love me like that? She said, I don't know, but I don't think it's working out. Baby, baby, when are you gonna let me like that? Oh, we'll see. First I have to go
chiffons.
Hey. Yeah. Yeah.
How you feeling? Do y'all need a break or can we keep going? You feel good? We're all family here, so just if you got to go to the restroom or refill your beverage or whatever, or get me a beverage, by all means, like just get up whenever. We're just gonna keep singing. This next song I wrote. I've been a part of this wonderful program called Warrior Week, and it's a program for veterans that they hold. I think they hold all over the country, but the particular one that I work for is held at this camp, Southern Ground in Fayetteville, Georgia, and once a month they have this week-long camp for veterans who are struggling with PTS and just finding their purpose, and some of them have been discharged recently, and they're finding it difficult to acclimate to civilian life with their family, friends, finding somebody that understands them. So they come to this week-long program and work with different folks to learn about their personality type, to help with their, find a purpose in life and what they would be good at doing now, since they're not in the military anymore and away from that culture and away from people that, don't really understand it that much. And on Wednesday of the Warrior Week, they bring in songwriters. They don't tell the veterans that that's what they're going to do. They just say, you're going to meet a songwriter. And anyway, they split them up into groups, and you go with your songwriter and you meet him at 4:00 or her. And then at 8:00, you're performing a song that you wrote with this group of veterans. Yeah, that's what I said. I clanged my glass as loud as I could, and I said, what? And, anyway, I've been involved with it for over a year now, and I've met some wonderful people that have shared some amazing stories. And I wrote my first funny song in the group. I can't sing it tonight because it has the F word in it. And we're on Facebook, another F word. But it's a great song about the VA hospital. That's that one. But this song that I'm going to sing for you is a more serious one that came out of some conversations with this group of veterans who felt like they had been deployed at a time where they shouldn't have been deployed, and probably were separated from their family more than they needed to be, and just felt like it was out of their control because of, the powers that be. And so they were talking about these stories, and they were talking about the things that they've missed. And, I've never had any children of my own. And so I can't imagine missing a daughter or son's even birthday, I've got nephews and nieces. And so I try to make sure that they feel special on that day. By the way, if you're watching, nephews and nieces, I had a birthday 2 weeks ago. Wanted to remind you that Uncle Wyatt has a birthday too, and it was 2 weeks ago. Just reminding you, go back. Facebook tells you when it is. I don't know what the problem was. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm a Gemini, so I give a crap about my birthday. But what I was going to say is, I just can't imagine like the things they were telling me, stories of things that these big things that they had missed. And I just thought, wow, it's like being in prison. That's what I thought, to myself. And one guy was like, yeah, it was like being in prison, and it's just a waste. And I had already been working on this song and kind of written the chorus, and I was singing it on the way down to the camp. And I usually try to go in there with a blank slate, but this night, this chorus was resonating so strong in my brain anyway. I thought, you know what, this is kind of perfect for this song I'm gonna write with these veterans tonight. And it came out, this is the song that came out, it's called Wishes in a Well. And I just love singing it because it's just, I know how it was born, and it just feels really special to be part of that program and to share that with you. And my friends Amy and Charlie are here from Lake Charles, Louisiana. I drove all the way from Lake Charles. She's my biggest fan. She'll fight you to the death for that title. And she's really a true fan and a great friend. And they both have supported the Warrior Week program and supported me for being a part of that. And I want to thank you for that. So, and you're both veterans, so y'all got my VA song. If you want the VA song, I'll email it to you, but it's got the F word in it. And I don't sing songs like that usually. I gotta sing at church in the morning. I gotta sing Good, Good Father in the morning. I can't be singing F word songs tonight. What? Are you ready for this?
Tonight I'm reminded of all these embers and leaves, how they'll burst into flames, bring this mountain to its knees. Is that all that it took? Little mustard seed of shame, and those singed and scarred years when you couldn't say my name. Like a ship without a sail, like my daddy in the jail, like my wishes in a well. How they seem like such a waste when you're lost in a place. Oh, the stories I could tell, all my wishes in a well. Oh, tonight aren't you blinded by the smoke and memories, and how every word I said left you broken on me. Oh, and I could have been just to make a different choice. Those charred and choked up ears when you didn't hear my voice. Like a ship without sail, like my daddy in a jail, like my wishes in a well. How they seem like such a waste when you're lost in a place. Oh, the stories I could tell, all my wishes in. Can I get them back? Can you bring them back? Oh, so she and told on for a walk. Oh, the times when you were sick, when the baby wouldn't kick, laughing by the pool, her first day of school. Late night creek hikes on the lake with our bikes. Sundays in the spring, kites on the street, running on the beach, both just out of reach, climbing all those trees, band-aids on the knees, just to hold her when she fell. All my wishes are away. If I could hold her when she fell, all my wishes are away.
so much. 7 years ago tonight, I wrote this next song, sitting on the back porch of the old campground. And it was a beautiful full moon. It's a nice summer evening. Rain was coming down. And I just turned 41 years old 2 weeks before. I'm trying to remind y'all when my birthday is so you don't forget next year. June the tooth. And anyway, I was thinking about the one that got away and how they're always in these songs. And I was like, I'm not writing another song about them. Of course, my friend had brought me something from Colorado, a birthday present from Colorado for me to try for the very first time in my life. And I was sitting there on that back porch. I was like, well, this is a perfect time it feels like Colorado tonight. And I wrote this song, and it's kind of a bluegrass song. Y'all like bluegrass? Fast, upbeat bluegrass with some banjos and fiddle and some upright bass. Well, guess what? Because of the pinched nerve, and this is the only reason, I started, because I've been depressed about it and sitting at home wondering what I'm going to do. I get my guitar out and I'll start playing all these upbeat songs that I have and slowing it down and making it kind of sad. And I'm realizing just how sad these lyrics are. I thought, well, this makes the song more sad. I subconsciously must have made the music happy so that you wouldn't jump off a bridge or drive off a bridge if you're like listening to it in the car. And so, but me and Aaron like sad songs, and we thought we're going to play this song sad tonight, the sad version. We try to feel the audience out. We've been playing it this way for about a month, and we feel the temperature of the room, try to feel it out to see if you need Alma or sad Alma. So tonight, since we got this beautiful listening space, and this is a really sparse version of a very busy, fun song. Wow, that's an awesome bass in that car. I bet that's a Camaro. It's not a Subaru. Anyway, if you want to hear the good version, though, I got CDs with the good version on there, or you can go on Spotify and listen to that. Or I won't say good version, the fast version, the dancing version. But here is Sad Alma. And today's her birthday. I remember the dates of all my songs, by the way. So every now and then I'll do a happy birthday to a song because it's like my kids, you know.
All been asking about you while I was trying to forget you. But if they really knew, they'd hush their mouths, I bet you. Alma, I've started talking to myself. Alma, there's never been anyone else but you. Full moon shines through the rain, my face is soaking wet. And in the mountain range, I can see your silhouette. Alma, yeah, I smoked it by myself. Alma, I couldn't find anyone else like you. Alma, Alma, I received your postcard. Oh, you solved the mystery. Don't let me be alone tonight. Alma, 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 Alma. Drove through your town today on my way back from Jacksonville. I had a gig at 8, still found time to kill. Alma, you wore a smile the day you left. Alma, you knew I'd find nobody else like you. Alma, Alma, I've been talking to my son. Alma, just couldn't find anyone.
That's sad, ain't it? So sorry about that. And you know what made it sadder? You thought this was a fiddle. Y'all, it's not. Look at this. It's a viola. The banjo of the orchestra. I said, Aaron, what are you doing bringing this viola up in here? And I fell in love with it. She let me play it. And I asked her if I could play a song on it tonight. We stopped today in Atlanta to go viola shopping for me. And we played 3 or 4 violas, and I found one I really like. So y'all need to get some t-shirts tonight, okay? So yeah, I gotta go pick it up. Gotta get them shirts moving, and I got hoodies too. I know it's June, but it'll be October soon. October in Alabama still ain't hoodie season though, is it? I was here in October, I know. Anyway, I took this viola and started playing it like a fiddle, and it just sounds so fun. Listen how deep and like beefy. Like I can feel it riding through here. I can do weddings now. So if y'all want to book me for a wedding, we're going to do a song that I wrote during the COVID lockdown. I wrote this on the mandolin, actually, and now we're going to play it on the viola. It's called The Battle of Middle String Mountain.
But I ain't got no use. I ain't got no use for your red rocking chair. I ain't got no honey baby now. I ain't got no honey baby now. Tell me who rocked the cradle? Who rocked the cradle? Who sing your song? Who rocked the cradle when you're gone? Who rocked the cradle when you're gone? Oh, well, I'll rock the cradle. I'll rock the cradle. I'll sing your song. I'll rock the cradle when you're gone. I'll rock the cradle when you're gone. But it's all I can do. It's all I can do. It's all I can say. I'm gonna send you to your mother come payday. I'm gonna send you to your mother come payday. But it's all I can do. It's all I can do. It's all I can say. I can't go on living this way. I can't go on living this way. Well, I ain't got no use. Ain't got no use for your red rocking chair. I ain't got no honey baby now. I ain't got no honey baby now. Well, I ain't got no use. Well, I ain't got no use for your red rocking chair. I ain't got no honey baby now. I ain't got no honey baby now.
Did I use the wrong? Oh, I did. That was fun. Okay, what do we got next? You're holding on. Oh yeah, we got some time. Y'all got a few more songs in you? Feeling it? We want to give you a show now. We're going to come down here and skimp you. Those folks that saw us last night watched 3 hours of music. I didn't take one break, did we? Oh, 2 hours. We did 2 hours last night. Tomorrow's 3 hours. Tomorrow is Deadbeat Father's Day. I do an annual show every year at this place called Mountain Layers. Mountain Layers Brewing in Bryson City, North Carolina, Erin's town where she lives. Tomorrow we'll be doing the Deadbeat Fathers Hour show where I play all these earlier songs of my career and honor all the any deadbeat fathers in here tonight. I'm collecting child support out there in the little silver bucket. Years of back pay. That always gets an uneasy laugh. The other night, I shouldn't tell this story since it's on Facebook, but why not? Gosh, I might get fired from other jobs if I say this story. Should I do it? I should do it. Actually, I work for myself. I ain't gonna get fired. What am I playing? What song is this?
Good question.
Oh, we're gonna do G. Oh,
That's where I'm at.
yeah. Will you play it on this one? She's worried. She's scared of my bow because
Like
I'm
3 hairs.
harsh on my bows, and there's probably just 2 hairs left. She goes, I would play fiddle, but just use one of them big old viola bows. It might have a beefier sound. Anyway, what was I talking about? I was going to tell y'all something that I said at the blackjack table. So I got a nephew and a niece, and they're really close in age, 14 months apart. And they're 21 and 22. And they've been living in Arizona. And so I haven't really been around them a lot in their teenage years or since they've been gone. So they just moved back to my hometown. Well, I live 30 minutes from the Cherokee Harris Casino. So if you ever come up there to Hiawassee, go over the North Carolina line if you don't mind gambling and check out. It's a really nice casino over there. And I'm not a big football watcher. I don't even know how to say that. I don't watch football, so I went over there one day on Super Bowl Sunday a few years ago, and I was hanging out in that city, and it's only 30 minutes from me. I was hanging out over there, and I went and hung out with this dealer, and she was there. Her name was Barbara or Barb or something, and she taught me how to play blackjack on Super Bowl Sunday, just sitting. I was the only one at her table, and she would do some fake rounds, like I didn't have to pay money, but I didn't win anything either, but she was just like showing me scenarios. So my nephew and niece have heard me talk about the casino a lot because I do go there and play some blackjack when I have friends in town. So they asked me to take them. And so their parents were in the Bahamas this week. My brother and his wife went to the Bahamas, so they were out of town. So I was like, well, come on, let's go tonight while they're not in town because I don't want them to get mad at me for taking y'all over there. And I had my nephew with me at the blackjack table. And I said, no, this is something really fun to say when you lose. Just say this real loud. Go, damn, that's all my child support. And so, of course, I was kidding. I was like, don't ever say that out loud at the blackjack table. And he goes, I dare you to say it. I dare you. And I was like, I'm not going to say that. And I said it. And the dealer and everybody just got quiet and was like, she goes, sir, do you want to take a break from playing? I go, no, I'll be right back. I'm going to the ATM. And I took my nephew and I was like, it's like, let's go. Let's get the heck out of here. Anyway, it was like dropping a bomb because everybody's having a good time. And then they're like, they realize the seriousness of what's going on. Like some people should not be sitting here gambling. And I'm one of them, but I just had to teach my nephew. He wanted to learn how to play. All right, what are we playing? Okay, keep forgetting. Oh, sorry. You should have just interrupted my story. So this next song is what they call my #1 hit. I'm sorry, that's what I call my number one hit. It's probably my most popular song, and I released it back in 2018. It was inspired by my mom. So I've talked a lot about my grandparents, but my mom was always around. She just didn't raise us, and she was always around us. And she was at the campground a lot. She lived across the street on the creek. So my brother and I would go down there, and my stepdad built us a swimming hole, and we'd go down there and swim with the fishes. And when we get out the school bus, it was a beautiful childhood in the mountains of North Georgia. And my mom, though, she was real she was funny. Like she didn't sing, but she said this phrase all the time. There's something you don't see every day. She would say that, and then it's usually followed by something you see every day, you know. It's like, and anyway, her and I were riding in the car one day, and we went over this railroad track, and there was a lone caboose car rusted out sitting there. And sorry, we have I just remembered something, and it had to be relayed right away. She still didn't hear me, though, did you?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. Good. Back to the story, though. Anyway, ran over the railroad track, and my mom said, well, there's something you don't see every day. A train sitting on a train track. And I'm like, well, where else are you going to see a train, Mama? And she goes, no. And before I say this next phrase, let me tell you about my mom. She didn't really share a lot of herself. Her name was Sharon. That's funny to me. I just realized that just made me. Her name was Sharon, but she didn't really share a lot of herself. She had a lot of history that my brother and I just don't know a lot about. She didn't talk about it. And so getting her to open up in a car ride was not even a thing. And but she said, no, you usually see a train leaving you and leaving you behind, or you're having to wait on it to go by. And she said it, and the way she said it was so deep and poetic, and it almost made me cry. I was like, you're right, Mama. Trains do just run off and leave us. And I was having this like poetic moment, and I thought, Mom, I got to put that in a song. And she just rolled her eyes, and I said, write that down in that little notebook that I keep in my car in case I have some inspiration. Write it down. I'm going to put that in a song one day. She kind of rolled her eyes. Well, about 3 months later, she passed away unexpectedly in 2015. And I had given her, in that 3-month time period, I had given her the car that I was driving, and I had gotten a different car so she could drive herself to the VA. So I wouldn't have to have VA. She would go to the VA back and forth. And so, and I was cleaning out that car when I got ready to sell it, and it smelled like her, and I was just so sad, and was cleaning it out, and I found that notebook and had forgotten all about it. And this was about 6 months after she had passed. So this was a long time after that train tracks. And I opened it up, and there on the front page, it said, there's something you don't see every day. A train sitting on a train track for Wyatt's new song. And so I went home that night and wrote this next song. And I wrote it in the style of Bob Dylan's You Ain't Going Nowhere, because that's my favorite song of all time, probably. And I would sing it every night. And I thought, why don't I write a song that sounds like that? So I'll stop putting money in Bob Dylan's pocket, and I can have a song similar. So it's 4 verses, incoherent. You don't know what I'm talking about, tied together with a sing-along chorus that still doesn't explain what the song's about. But this song is hidden with all these beautiful memories that I have with people in my life that either have passed or I don't see a lot anymore. And it's filled with just these great images and memories that I have. And I felt like that's what my mom was going through when she was explaining, because that conversation was we had prompted a 2-hour conversation, and she told me so much about her in that car ride after seeing that train just sitting there by itself waiting. And so anyway, I'm so honored that this song has come in my life, and that it's inspired other people to write songs. I've got little notebooks out there, like journals. If you got a song in you, which everybody does, I want to encourage you to go get one of them little journals, or any journal or napkin or whatever, and write it down. You never know when you can turn it into a song. Anyway, this is called Train Track, and I've already told you what the lyrics are. Might as well sing along.
we're still hoping. It's 5 o'clock, how come nothing's open? There's something you don't see every day. Train sitting on a train track, always seems to be rolling away. They're waiting on you, never looking back. Backstage at Eddie's, she heard me singing. She was getting ready when she caught the ending. She tried to be nice, but she don't like pretending. I took her advice, why don't you add some sinning? There's something you don't see every day. A train sitting on a train track, always seems to be rolling away. They're waiting on you, never looking back. Oh, you're not waiting on me, are you? It's the end of the season, still no hurricane. Here in the mountains, all we get is rain. Sometimes a tornado will wake us up again. Honey, stay right there because I'm coming to get you. Oh, there's something you don't see every day. A train sitting on a train track, always seems to be rolling away. They're waiting on you, never looking back. Yeah, there's something you don't see every day. A train sitting on a train track, always seems to be rolling away. They're waiting on you, never looking back. Whoa, you're not waiting on me, you're not looking back. Whoa, you're not waiting on me, you're not looking back. Whoa, you're not waiting on me, are you?
All right, we've got a couple more songs for you guys and gals. And Opelika, I'm so glad to be back. Thanks for having me on that festival last year too, y'all. Jen and Rob, thank you for being so gracious. Y'all have a special place here, and I didn't know about the loft part, or I would have brought my underdraws for tomorrow and just stayed the night, but I didn't pack anything, so I didn't even have any toothpaste. I had to borrow Erin's toothpaste, and she uses that charcoal kind that leaves your teeth black. She said you're supposed to rinse your mouth out. I was like, oh. I was like, this has turned my teeth black. Well, that car ride with my mom, you know, it still left me with a question. You know, I said I was born in Los Angeles, California, and I always wondered, how did I get back to Georgia? So I had to put the story together myself in my head because nobody would tell us. But I heard snippets of it over the years. Here's a song called One More Hallelujah, and I want to dedicate it to my mother, Sharon Luella Harvey, who was born 1951, year of the rabbit.
One more, find one more hallelujah. One more, find one more hallelujah. And sing, come on and sing, sing, sing. Mama had enough that night. Daddy came in, looking for a fight, calling her names, being rude, whore and drunk man's attitude. Said he'd only been down at the bars when he took that flashlight, had her seeing stars. Threw her up against the wall and put her in the hospital scene. My brother and I picked up the pieces of the broken glass. Once the picture of Jesus, he was holding the little children in his arms, singing. When he brought her home in bandages, to this day I don't know how she managed to cook his dinner, clean the house, tell her see, keep her mouth shut. But tonight she whispered, boy, say your prayers. Try and find one more hallelujah in there. See, come on and sing, sing, sing. She drew her back, I could hear her cry, trying to keep her faith, keep her hopes set high. But really, what she gonna do? She had two little boys in the next room singing, and the footsteps went out today. And her family's 3,000 miles away, and the mountain bears. You know that mountain gets so steep, she in there counting pairs. I know all she wants to do is sleep, see. Try and find one more hallelujah, see. Find one more hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Was always humming Maggie. Tonight it sounded like Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound when a bird in a cage could reach down with all that rage and find one more hallelujah to sing. She woke me up at 4 a.m. Said, son, you can go back to sleep again. But first put your brother's shoes on him, find his Pooh Bear and come on, get in the truck. We're gonna go for a ride, ever see the sun come up. It's about time, you know what that looks like. See, we're gonna go find one more hallelujah. See, we're gonna go find one more hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. See.
Thank you. Well, thank you again for listening. And my name is Wyatt Espalin, born June 2nd, 1999. Year of the Rabbit. This is Aaron Worley, born April 23rd, 19. Year of the Goat. Is that it? Or sheep?
Either one.
Are you one? Are you?
She'd probably sound either one.
Are you the goat?
They're the same.
They are. I don't know if a goat and a sheep's the same thing. I know
They're
she's.
not. But
I know you're from North Carolina, but we gotta fix that. She was born in Iowa. Were you born in Iowa? She's from Iowa. Does anybody? There's always someone from Iowa in the audience. It's the weirdest thing, but not tonight, because you usually hear Iowa or something. I don't know what y'all say. Brew, what's your team name? Is there an Iowa? Y'all do sports in Iowa? I've never been to Iowa.
Hawkeyes or the
Hawkeyes. They scream Hawkeyes. No, I've never heard of that. They say Des Moines. I'm just kidding. I'm like pissing off half of Iowa. That's the only people that's tuned in. Hey, Iowa, how are you? Let me tune up. That's what I do. I tell stories, but I don't tune at the same time. So that's what I got to practice at home in the mirror is tuning and telling a story. But I guess I've talked enough tonight. Y'all got any questions? I mean, I guess I should ask. Y'all got anything you want to ask me? I'm doing good. What say that? June the 2nd. June the 2nd. You already knew that.
Are you coming back in October?
I don't. What's in October? Oh, the festival. I don't know. I don't know if they have you back in the 2 years in a row, but we'll have to ask the powers that be. I don't know. I don't know if anybody here knows anybody that. I don't know if there's. I mean, my only regret in life is I didn't sleep my way to the top, and so I usually just. So that's the way I get into festivals. I have to know somebody. Or I'll submit. I don't know. It might be too late to submit. I may have already submitted. I have a little booking agent helper now, and he's double booked me a little bit, but that's okay. Actually, that's my fault. He's booked me, and I got the text message and didn't write it down on my calendar, and then somebody will call me and say, "Are you free to do this on this day?" And I'll say, "Sure." And then I don't show up for either one of them. I end up on the river kayaking. No, I would love to come back. Yeah, if you need another Wyatt, there's a lot of Wyatt songwriters out there. But I'd love to come back. If not this year, maybe next year. It's a great festival, I will say, and I told Rob and Jen this last year, being a part of it, and y'all probably, if you were here, could see it on my face. I was having a blast that weekend. I had the best time, and I lived it up. I met some great folks, and my friends were here, Ben and Cassie of Gold Pine, and a lot of other friends. Michelle Malone, you know, I used to work with her and tour with her, and I was her guitar tech. She'd be laughing right now if she was watching me tune my guitar every song, because I don't do it the way she taught me to, which is why I ain't staying in tune. But yeah, it was a really wonderful time. It was probably I went home and told my landlord, who goes to 30A every year, and he didn't know if he'd like Opelika, and I went back and I said, Dan, you've got to go next year. So you might, if you don't see me, you might see my landlord down here. Let me just check and see if I got that weekend free. When was that again? It's free. I have a funeral or something, but I ain't going. All right, I had a good time. Did you have a good time? You feel good? All right. Thanks again. We love y'all. Appreciate it. Here's my only love song. I'll sing it to you tonight. My only
I'm tangled over religion. I got tangled and loose, laid with the sharpest edge, could not cut me loose. And you ask, what are you running from? Where you trying to get to? I put a cigarette in my mouth and I took a drag or two. When the lightning hit the cedar, oh, it frightened the dogs. I told my mother I don't need her. She went back into a fog. Oh, you came on at the right time, at the right time. I have learned all my lessons about hope and wishing. When I went to count my blessings, one always came up missing. You asked, what are you dreaming of? Who do I want to wake up to? I took that cigarette from your mouth and I broke it lightning hit the cedar right down. I told my mother I don't need her, and she disappeared to the far. Oh, you came along at the right time, at the right time, at the right time. Oh, you came along. See, I was so foolish. I was so foolish. I was so foolish. I was so foolish. Then you came along at the right time, at the right time, at the right time. Oh, you came along 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 at the right time. At the right time.
Thank you so much. We're gonna take a picture of you. Stand up. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's funny. That's how you get a standing ovation. Like, well, thank you, folks. Y'all, we love y'all. All right, we're gonna do this thing. All right, we're gonna take a picture. Is it gonna be too dark in here? Oh no, that's good. Oh yeah, that's a good one. All right, we're smiling. Smiling. All right, that's good. That's cute. That's cute. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rob and Jim. Thank you. Grab you a free CD. I'm selling CD players in my Subaru. I got them in the back.
Don't forget to tag us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Leave your hashtag. Yes, leave it out there. We'll go ahead and say bye.